For the past 2 years, we've been in Griffin, Indiana, at a farm that we purchased in the northwest part of town. Our goal was simple: make clothing. But before we could do that, we had to get some sheep. And before we could do that, we had to mow some grass. Lots and lots and lots of grass. We then met with our neighbor who wanted us to mow her field as well. We ended up taking out the contract job, and she ended up donating half of the bales to us. She then moved out of town, and we purchased the property. Now we're in year 2, and even though we have production facilities built, and even though we have wool being made, we still have no clothes. We got a huge loan we're trying to pay off, and we might just pay it all off in silage sales before we even make a dime with clothing. But either way, we continue on in search of success here in Griffin, Indiana. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Griffin series here on The Herd, and we are in Griffin, Indiana, and we are baling grass. Well, we're going to bale grass, and then we are going to wrap the grass in to make silage bales. So that is what we're doing today. We're going to make some money so that we can pay off some of this loan and so that we can get this production facility moving a little faster. Now, the plan for the next couple episodes, at least, is to get this baled up and wrapped up into silage, and then we can sell the silage bales, make a little bit more money, but also we want to get more sheep. And I've been thinking about this. How many more sheep do we want to get? Well, one pen and then half of the sheep allotment in that pen should do just fine, because we don't want to buy all of the sheep. We want the sheep to reproduce so that it saves us a lot of money. That's just the thought right now. That's just the plans going forward. And when it comes to clothing production, well, it's going slow. It's going very slow, actually. And I'm impatiently waiting for our tailors to get done with our first pallet. And from that first pallet, we're going to rip a couple off of the top, and we're going to send them down to our neighbor. Our neighbor is the one who is responsible for selling this field to us. Last year, we got a contract done, and she gave us half of the contract's monies to us, which is nice because we needed them. But we're going to send them down to her as a special thank you. And if we ever get a pallet of clothing, she'll receive them. And now, done with the baling, and we are heading up to the farm right now. We're just going to switch this out. We're going to put this baler down and switch it out for a wrapper. We're going to go into the field we just were in, and we're going to start wrapping these bales. That's what we've been doing basically all spring. And I think that it could be that we are going to pay off this loan just with silage. I mean, at this point, because as I said, the tailors are going at their own pace. And thank goodness I'm not holding my breath. Now, down here in the new field, and we are going to take this wrapper and we are going to wrap these bales into silage, let them ferment overnight, maybe 2 nights. Either way, then we are going to bring them down to the livestock barn, and I think we're going to make roughly $250,000. I think that's where we were the last time. I can't really remember, but either way, it's a good chunk of change. And now 3:30 hour and in this field, and we've gotten a lot done, but we are going to have to work on it more tomorrow as well. And wait for it, judges are giving it a 10.0. Now, since I'm obviously not going to be able to do anything as cool as the last cut, and since this is actually all wrapped, that is where we are going to end this episode. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.